Action!
Hello fellow truckers. Today you're going to learn how to make one hairy Steve extremely happy. We're going to give him a box of goodies. There's the first one, Steve.
Oh, thank you very much. Now what we got in here? Servo, steering servo, mucho high torque.
If you notice that he's lobbing these servos around like they're confetti, they're not actually that expensive because high torque isn't always expensive.
Isn't it?
No.
Damn.
$19.99. Bargain.
Look. Stuff. Bits. Lesser axle adapters. Because I'm going to put some lesser suspension on this. Reinforced axle drive shaft, the thingamybobs. These are new actually, they've only just come in. Instead of having a spline on the end where the hex is, it's actually got a cross pin, and then you have clamp hexes. And it comes with some bearings, which I didn't notice, so I'm going to need less bearings, which is always a bonus.
Harry, do you think we should tell our fellow people what Lesser actually is? Because some of them might not actually know, you know.
Some of them might have been living under a rock for a little while.
This is very true.
Right, Lesu, for those not in the know, are a Chinese company who make loads of option parts for Tamiya trucks. They do aluminium wheels, which we'll get to in a minute, and they do accessories for bodywork. They even do complete trucks, axles, a whole lot. And we like their stuff.
Because it's shiny.
It is very shiny, unless it's black.
Very fucking expensive.
It's not that expensive, actually.
The only problem is you need to give up a kidney per truck.
Pretty much. Right, cab mount, because the main problem with the Volvo cab is you have to unbolt it every time you want to take it off. So this gets rid of that. Basically, it's got a sliding mechanism with a couple of magnets. So you lift the cab up about half an inch and then it'll flip forward.
Surely the idea is not to lift the cab off.
If
Or
you
am I
avoid,
being thick and stupid?
well, I'm going to put the battery in the back of mine, so I need to get the cab off to change the battery.
Oh.
Because the standard positioning for the battery on the wrecker is inside the back of the wrecker body itself, which is okay, but I'm probably going to be putting quite a lot of electronics inside.
And we have a poppy as well.
Don't do that. What's this? Anyway, steering mechanism, because the Tamiya linkage is okay, but it's probably got more play in it than a playground at playtime. So we're going to try and eliminate some of that. Plus I'm going to be using Lesso front axles on this anyway. Hazard light bar. I've actually taken one of these to pieces, and this printed circuit board in here with all the LEDs on it will fit inside the standard orange plastic housing on the top of the Tamiya light bar. So that will be quite good. Smaller pinion gear for more pulling power. Short drive shaft for between the two rear axles. We haven't figured out what... You're right there.
Why did you back up?
I haven't figured out what length drive shafts we need to connect
Long ones!
long ones. No. We're going for two short ones, and we're going to use this to connect them. That is a bearing
Would that
carrier.
be a bearing carrier?
It is a bearing carrier. Basically, it's an
Dun,
aluminium
dun,
block.
dun.
It's an aluminium block with two bearings and a little bit of drive shaft between them. So you can use that to connect two short drive shafts together to make one long one. Don't die on me, alright? Aircon unit for the back of the cab. That's just a
If you do die, I've
thing.
got dibs on the chassis.
You can bog off and all.
I'll get dibs on all the 3D printers. Hang on, one was mine anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
That is one of the replacement Lesu front leaf spring kits. I've got another one on order, but they're not.
Because Leicester aren't very quick at getting their shit to the UK.
They are.
They're not.
They are.
It's a month of time.
In comparison to a hibernating tortoise. They
Oh,
are
yeah.
a little bit on the slow side, to be fair, but I am putting an order a month in with them at the minute.
Come on, crack on. We've got loads to get through.
Air horns. And
And just in case you aren't horny enough.
Axe 540 brushless crawler system, which is very high torque, has a basic form of cruise control built into it.
God, you and your cruise control.
Yeah. Censored brushless, very high torque, very good drag brakes. Ideal for one of these things if you're trying to tow a truck along and you suddenly start going down a hill and good old gravity takes over. That system should be able to keep it under control.
Have you finished that box, Harry?
I have. Next.
Shall we see what else we got in the goodie bag?
Yeah, go on it. We like the goodie bag.
Dun, 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 dun,
It'd be even better if I was a paint drill. Lift kit. Thank you.
Needs a bloody big lift kit for him.
Yep.
That's just your wallet.
Right. What you and wallet jokes? I don't know. Anyway.
I
Right.
haven't got one.
So you got a little motor with a reduction gearbox on it, aluminium housing. That's part of the motor housing. I believe it goes around the back of there. And then
A box of goodies.
a box of stuff. So that's the main lift piston.
Pardon me.
Oh dear. We might have to edit this video, you never know. Motor mounting, some grease, limit switches, a manual override switch there, power takeoff, and that's the main control box, which you can't really see particularly well, but basically everything plugs into that. That plugs into a channel either on your receiver or on your MFC, and allows you to raise and lower the entire wheel lift from the radio control, which is good.
Cool.
And then various bits and pieces, cable clips, that kind of idea.
Now, while he puts that back in the box, Stevie, or Hairy Steve, is going for a beer system, the USM2, with an expansion module because he wants nearly 90 LEDs on his recovery truck. As you can see, it's very compact and very small, so it will fit in very small spaces like the cupboards on the side.
The other idea with the expansion module is so that we can have the main unit in the cab, connected up to the steering servo, the throttle, all that kind of stuff, and the front lights in the cab, and then the expansion module will sit inside the wrecker body and connect up to all the lights and everything that's in the back of the wrecker body. So if I need to take the wrecker body off, it's two cables. There's that signal cable which connects the two modules so they can talk to each other, and some power, and that's about it.
And then we have a bog standard receiver.
No, we don't. We have a toilet standard receiver.
If you can fit that out, you're doing well, son.
It's not too bad. Anyway, this
We don't have to go into too much detail. We haven't got all
S-Bus
night.
receiver, because the beer system will talk directly to an S-Bus receiver. Cuts down on the wiring a lot.
Here we have some shiny
Wheels. Is that the rears or the fronts? Oh, they're the rears.
leather ears.
Those are the W2052 rear wheels, which instead of having the bolt-on covers over the wheel nuts, it's a single screw-in cover like so, which some people like the look of, some people don't, but it does mean that if you need to take the rear wheels off, you're going to do 400 bolts or something like that to get the wheels off.
And here be the front ones.
Which are a very similar
A
idea.
very similar idea, as you can see.
These use
But they're round and shiny.
22mm tyres, those use 30mm tyres.
And you need two sets of each per wrecker.
Oh yeah.
Because the wrecker's a greedy bugger.
And somewhere around here.
Hold your horses.
Alright.
I'm in charge of the goodie box.
Okay. I'll oh hang on, I've run out of.
Now, in this wonderful little box is
Stuff.
a right-hand dashboard
Goody.
and an LED bar. And also, if you could hold those please, Steve.
Right.
Hold them in opposing factor so people can see them. There's a good boy.
That is the right-hand drive dashboard. In those two slots there's a couple of clear panels which have LED panels behind them, which are
In now.
in there somewhere. And you also get a steering wheel and a steering wheel column and some different adapters to bolt it to the inside of the cab. And all the instrument panel stickers as well, which is quite cool. And then that is a different roof visor which sits above the windscreen. This one has a absolute ton of LEDs that go
9
in.
of them to be exact.
Yep, and they provide you with white and yellow ones so you can mix and match.
And here we have the front PCBs with ample wiring. I have these similar in my Mercedes and my Scania, and I must say they are an absolute dream to work with.
And they're specifically designed to work with the beer systems as well, because the beer system runs a common positive and then all the negatives are switched, so it cuts down on the wiring a lot, because instead of 2 wires per LED you basically have a positive and then however many negatives there are.
And there's loads more of them there, look.
Yep. So that's the front set.
Yeah, we don't need to go into too much
That's the one
detail.
for the roof. Those are the DRL fibre optics.
Yeah, there's loads of them.
Side lights. So yeah.
There's loads of them. There we go.
Yes.
Right, now, the last thing I've got to show you is a very sensitive subject because they're round, they're knobbly, and they're very, very fun. It's called a wheel for all you dirty-minded buggers
It's
out
actually
there.
a tyre, technically.
A tyre, to be exact.
It's very tiresome, this one.
Smart ass told me.
22mm for the rear. We should have 4 pairs of these. And 22, 22.
30 mid for the front.
Big fat buggers.
What do you call him fat?
That's tyres. Ah. Right, the nice thing about these Lesu tyres is several nice things about them actually. They've got a slightly more scale looking tread pattern and they've got a bit more sidewall detail which you can't really see. They're going to come out of the pack. There you go, so you've got a bit more scale looking sidewall detail. You've got a nice tread pattern and foam inserts, which is quite handy.
Right, can you put that back in the hole now?
Yeah, if it'll fit. There you go.
It's come out.
It's going back in.
Exactly.
Is there anything else left in there?
No, that's all your goodies. So for tonight, that's MTA signing off. Arrivederci. Goodbye.
See you next time.